Hey, good morning. Susan Escalante here with Dan Matheson, the CEO of True Wealth. And Dan and I were talking the other day about taxes and how important they are in financial planning, particularly for small businesses.
Yeah, it's surprising how important that tax code is. Most people really believe that the purpose of the tax code is for the IRS to collect taxes, right?
Right.
Well, you got to realize that there's a difference between the tax code and the IRS. The IRS is just the collection agency. So oftentimes what I find is most business owners fight against the tax code when really they should be embracing it. Let me tell you.
Whoa, embracing it?
Embracing the tax code. Here's an example. A single person pays more taxes than a married person. A married couple pays more in taxes than a married couple with children. A married couple with children and a house will pay fewer taxes than just a married couple with children, right?
I think everybody knows that, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. So the reason why, but if we have a business, the tax code wants us to have a business.
Really?
Yeah, because they're going to give us some big tax breaks, and most people don't realize that. Now, the other problem about this is that usually somebody will go to their tax preparer, and at the end of the day, they'll give them all the information to the tax preparer of what they did, so on and so forth. The tax preparer, what happens too often nowadays is that they enter the information on the tax form, which is fine, and the tax form or the tax return is prepared correctly. Technically, nothing wrong with it. But the problem is the tax preparer say, "Well, how come I'm spending so much in taxes?" Well, the problem is that you didn't do enough tax planning. And the tax preparer or the tax file, the guy who did the tax return, he's not a strategist. He's not a tax planner. So we got to redo this, right?
He's a recorder.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Right.
He's just reporting what did happen. But what the problem is that we should be doing something different in the first place before we get to the tax preparation,
yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so here's basically what the message. Guys, we've got money.
Woo.
Right, and we've got lots of it as a business owner. Maybe not as much as we want, but we've got cash flow coming in.
Right.
Guys, if we take this money and we throw it up in the air, it's going to land in one of 4 buckets only. There are only 4 buckets that money can land in. And what we want to do is take a look at your tax return and see, where is that going? It's only going in one of 4 places. If we divert that money to the right places in the right times, now this is different than just buying a cell phone, deducting it from your taxes, or taking your
expenses.
Expenses. Now this goes beyond that, and that's exactly what most tax preparers do instead of tax strategists. So what we want to do, guys, is we want you to go online to taxesmastered.com. On that website, you'll see a link, and it says the free evaluation or free assessment. Just click on that assessment. It's going to take you about 3 minutes. And what it's going to tell you is where you rank. If your score is somewhere between about 30 and 75, we can help you. If it's over 75, probably can't help you, but you're probably on track. But what we find, Susan, is about 85% of all small business owners pay too much in tax. They pay more than their fair share. Now, we're not trying to get rid of all of the tax, because either you qualify for the tax breaks or you don't. It's pretty black and white. It's not necessarily a loophole. We just got to get you to follow the right encouragement that the tax code is actually providing you.
Okay.
So go on that website, taxesmastered.com, click on the link, take the assessment. At the very bottom of it, there's going to have a drop down that says, "Who is your advisor?" And it's going to be Susan and myself. So just click Dan Matheson. Susan and I will be able to take a look and see where that money is going and see if we can just be of help to you.
Great. Now, is this a secure site?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And on that assessment, there's no revealing questions. There's no date of birth. There is no identifiers or anything like that, other than your name and your email. And that's it.
So that's great.
That's it.
It's a piece of cake.
Yep. We'll take a look at that assessment, take a look at what your goals are, see where you are, compare it to where you should be. We might be able to save you a bunch of taxes.
Hey, Dan, I have a question for you. So now, if they have questions about taxes, is it okay if they put them in the comments, and then we can address those later?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, great. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Make sure you please take a look at the disclosure, which will also be in the comments. And
especially for this one, the reason is that I'm not being a tax advisor. I'm not telling you I'm just teaching you certain tax principles. So you will want to work with a licensed professional CPA, a normal tax advisor, because I don't give tax advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that. Okay, great. So thank you for watching our replay. And if you have an opportunity to share this with somebody who is just going crazy about taxes, especially small business owners, please make sure and share that link that we're going to put in the comments. Okay, we'll see you next time.